Yes.
Greetings and salutations, humans. This is Froggy and Friends, and we are playing Gritten. So, where we left off. Should I have someone else do a recap? Taylor, can you do the recap of the very beginning of the session last time?
Oh, gosh, my memory is one of the worst. We were still. The last session was the one where Caleb was gone, right? And
Yes.
so we had to text him. Gosh, okay. I have the details are fuzzy, but I know that we advanced to the next card. Big
Love was
deal.
in the air.
That's a
Okay.
big deal.
Yes.
And then
I guess I'm gonna have to do a recap.
there was some sort of standoff between Wyatt and there was a woman in there who
Yep.
was
Okay.
dead already? Or
Okay. All right.
I'm way off.
All right. So
But I remember the big things. Like,
Okay.
I know
the beginning.
where it ended.
Okay, the beginning of the session, Toady and Bodan were embracing, looking into each other's eyes.
Yes,
Near the ending of that, Toady decided to give Bodan the most passionate kiss, and then after that,
Oh, that's how could I forget?
yeah. And Bodan
Oh, yeah.
noticed,
I don't know how.
All right.
and as Bodan was breathing out, it was like he was actually breathing out the winter cold when they
oh yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Then after that, Silas and Wyatt went into the next car, which was the baggage car. There was a bunch of guys in there, and there was a woman with a knife to her throat, and she was terrified. And she had this would be a mining lantern on her hip, and
Oh
yep. And then there was a large gentleman at the very back of the vehicle, which the following round, Calliope came down, snuck in, and took her axe and slammed it into his shoulder blade, and he just turned around and he grinned at her, and there was a strange cracking and popping noise as all the bones in his right arm shot out as little shards, and there was a buzzing noise. Silas bull rushed in, haymakered a guy, made the guy's head turn around, and he pushed that dead body into the guy's friend. So the head was staring at the other guy, and the guy was like, "Ah!"
This is the dead body, I remember. Yes.
Yes, and then during all of this, Wyatt pulled back both hammers, just pretty much dispatched a guy. Calliope finished off the guy that was pinned against the wall. Bodan, with the help of Toady, finished off another guy, and then you saved the woman, and then but you kind of startled her, and you got injured by some strange shadow tentacle.
Yep.
And you all decided that you should just detach the cars,
Yes.
and that's kind of where we left off. So
Could you also, just because I thought it was so incredible, talk about how the man that survived the axe wound escaped?
He simply he made a motion with his left hand, and that buzzing sound like a giant swarm of bees, because he looked blurry, and the side of the car exploded out, and he just kind of stepped out. He hovered with the train for a little while, tipped his head, and just waved, and then he just kind of floated away.
So cool.
And wasn't there something too, that lady or someone kept saying the light can't go out?
Yes, the little bit that you kind of figured out was she can't have she feels she can't have the light go out because her husband's light was snuffed out, and something came out of the shadows and pulled him and a few other men into the shadows.
Skilly.
So that's what you missed, Caleb.
Cool.
Yeah, we were trying to describe it all
Crazy.
via text.
I've got to grab my sheets real quick.
Okay.
My first move in this game, I'm just gonna. No.
Mm-hmm.
If she above table,
Above table. Okay.
tell me if you can't answer this. That's okay. If she were to die while her light is still lit, would she still turn into or be possessed by the shadow things or whatever happens
Are you
there?
thinking about
Your
killing her?
understanding of what's going on is very skewed. I'm gonna let you keep thinking about it.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm not gonna kill her. I don't want to, and I don't want the shadow things there, but
I was gonna
because I
say,
feel like her husband is the other shadow thing, which makes me think if her
That's
light
my
go out,
favorite
he
thing.
would be a shadow thing.
What was that, Jeff?
That's one of my favorite things as a DM. When they're like, "Oh, okay, so is it really bad thing?" I can't tell you.
Yeah, well, there's some people I know that I can actually that can compartmentalize.
You can.
And I don't believe you can do that. Just saying.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Jeff, being a DM as well, I know you can do that, and a few other people I know. So, Taylor, do you have your sheets?
Ready to go.
Cool. Do you have dice yet?
No, but I actually am going to. Caleb got extra, so I will have dice.
Splendiferous. Okay, cool. So we are actually starting the session out where you've got that strange feeling of the train slowing down to a stop. And we actually had Toady and Bodan going through the baggage car. Do you guys recall what you actually found? Or do I need to remind you?
Oh yeah,
I
and
might
Wyatt
have written it
flirted
down. I
with
know.
Clive.
I found dresses.
Yep, you found an entire, like, a trunk full of these colorful dresses. Toady found
Oh, yeah.
a bunch of suits and ties, and then this disturbing looking doll that we know as a dummy for ventriloquists, but she didn't know what it was, just closed the case. So that's where we kind of left off. The woman went to a different car and is just sitting there with her carpet
Right.
bag and the two carpet bags. So what are you guys going to do? Are you just going to leave the train and go to a town, or are you just going to try to stay off the roads and try to go to your destination? What are you going to do? Bum, bum, bum.
Well, I would first get everyone together so we can discuss it and see what everybody's wanting to do.
Well, where are you going to meet up?
Are we already kind of already?
You're already,
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
you're already in the baggage car,
Okay.
except for that woman.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we have a couple of options here. I don't think it's safe to stay here in case more villains show up. So we should probably get a move on. Do we want to follow the train tracks to the next town, or what are you guys thinking? Somebody,
Tell me again what we can see, like just in the distance.
It's like
You're
at
in the
night.
middle of the woods.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
night.
the woods.
Yeah.
I am concerned that the crazy man with the bony arms might find us again if we stay still too long.
The Bone Man.
Doesn't he have what he wants?
No?
No.
I guess he wants her.
Well, they need to get to Briarage, so.
Yep.
I mean, that's the obvious choice. I don't know if you feel a personal. What's the word? Conviction. Found it. To protect a woman or something. I don't know. Do whatever. That's your own. The other word, prerogative.
What?
This
Why does
kiss
he
is
know such
changing.
big words?
I
Oh.
read the journals.
A dictionary.
Silas, you are covered in blood because of what Calliope did with the axe next to you. I just have to remind. Yeah. So you're probably wiping. You've probably found something and you're just wiping that off.
On
you,
one of the
so.
dresses.
A different one. I doubt Bo would let him do that.
Took a rag off a dead body or
Yep.
something. Just,
Okay.
Well, I don't.
Okay,
I say we keep following the tracks.
How does everyone feel about whether or not we take the lady we did fight to save earlier?
We already told her we were gonna keep
Mhm.
her safe and get her to the next town.
And you actually talked about the organization you're a part of too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we can't really go back on what we already told her.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well
I think
then.
Toby would agree with that as well.
Isn't she just going to be a problem?
Aren't we all just problems, Silas?
Yeah, I think we would say. Silas,
Silas,
these are
you're
one of the
also
biggest
covered in
problems,
blood. So
and we don't leave you high and dry.
Yeah, but I can put up a fight.
I did haymaker someone's head off, so that's
Right.
Anyway, folks, we should have our horses in the train still, right?
Yep, the horses, like,
I say what we do is we saddle up and we ride until we get our bearings and then head straight for Brybridge.
Okay, I think Toady would totally agree. She feels more comfortable outside than she does on any man-made, man-machine horse, the
Okay.
iron horse.
okay.
She feels more comfortable in the woods anyways.
Okay, so I'll just y'all get your horses and tack ready, and as you're doing that, you're like, where's this woman going to ride and stuff like that. So
Is there an extra horse?
there's more than one horse on there.
I don't remember. Did we ask her if she can ride? I don't think we did. I would just go ask her if she can ride.
I've sat in wagons, and she still has that. She has those two hurricane lanterns just like next to her, and they're lit. My husband would always guide the horses, and she just starts going into stories about like going to town and just going to shops with him.
Okay, ma'am. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you on this pretty white horse. He looks pretty calm, and my friend Toady here is gonna teach you how to just ride nice and calm. And she's gonna help guide your horse, aren't you, Toady?
Sure. Yes, Wyatt. Anything for you.
hey yo.
Wow.
No, but she would gladly say yes. She would.
Okay. So this is So this is the stirrup, you say?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Clive puts her back
You
like,
just jump on the horse without the saddle, and you ride through the wind.
Toady, maybe we oughta keep the
Would
saddle.
Toady have a saddle?
There's
I
tack.
feel like Toady wouldn't have a saddle.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Toady
she'd
doesn't.
ride it
okay, so
through the
Calliope is gonna walk over and help her.
So I'm trying
Okay,
to show
so
her how to do
And
it.
you actually find like a side saddle because she's wearing a dress.
dress.
Like, and you're definitely noticing that there is like a lot of silver, literal like silver thread
Oh, wow.
woven into different things. You're just like,
Yeah, I'd be like,
but you know with the silver, what you grew up with, what that could possibly do. You're like, oh, so.
All right, folks, let's get a move on. Bo or Toady, would one of you want to lead the way,
we're both.
or both together
Sure, yes.
in the front?
Yeah, we'll do it together.
I'll take up the rear.
Yes, let's
Yeah,
do it together.
All right, so
I like this idea.
So whoever wants to lead, you roll your 2 dice, and then the other person will roll a single dice.
Okay, Bodie.
Sure.
You can leave.
Oh, thanks. Okay, my survival's 11. Okay. Okay, so I just have a single success.
Okay, so Toady, do you add any?
We can't see the three.
Gotta see what my. Where is it?
Just a little bit Silas and the lady in the middle.
Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Oh, found it.
Okay.
Success.
So, cool. So we have 2 successes. Fantastic, because it is at night. The funny thing to me is that no one's asked this woman's name or anything, but we're going to keep it that way. Because you're just saying miss or ma'am.
Yeah, that's right.
Before we ride off, could I check for any extra lanterns or anything?
Well, there's multiple lanterns, so you all can have.
Yeah, I would like.
Yeah, I
to.
want to replace my lantern.
Okay. Yeah, so everyone can
I
have
should have one too, correct?
Yes,
think
you
I
do.
have one.
You do have
Yeah.
a lantern.
I have a lantern as well.
Okay.
Oops.
No.
Forgot that I had it.
Now, Bodan, did you take the dresses from the trunk? And Toady, did you take the suits and stuff?
I feel like. I'm trying to decide if Cody would do this, but maybe those could come in handy for some undercover when the two mountain folks need to look more.
What about the suits? Okay.
Okay.
Distinguished, yeah.
Yeah,
I
mountain
could,
man.
I'll throw that out there. You're
native
like, you're thinking that we could totally do that, and you're like, we could be more distinguished, having
Yeah, maybe we'll
having
go
a
on a
meal
date.
together
women.
by candlelight,
Yeah.
and then you're just like,
Are those dresses woven with any silver thread?
No.
Okay.
those were not her, because she only had the carpet bag.
Right.
I feel
Okay.
like that would have been like Bodan, like, and Cody looking at him and be like, "You think this will look good on you?"
Yep.
We're like, what does this do?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where does the arm go?
Awesome. Okay, so you're heading in. Was your goal to follow the tracks the same direction the train was going, or were you going to go back?
Probably the same way the train
I
was
would.
going.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. As long as the group's okay with that.
I think that.
No, I don't think we should go back because we need to get to our place. And
Mm.
I mean, train tracks are like old school highways, so if you follow them, you're gonna go to cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're saying the same thing, Jeff.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So you, it takes, like you ride almost till noon.
Wow.
And you kind of skirt around. You find you see a road, and you kind of go through the woods to go on the road to the same town that the train was going, because you can barely see that the train is stopped there, and the conductor, you can barely like,
Flabbergasted.
yeah.
How did we stop so fast?
Yep. Okay, let me double check my notes here. Come on. So you come up into a town called Soft Hill. And there, of course, is a telegraph station and a post office and stuff like that. Do you want to stay at the inn? Like, what is your goal coming to town? It's a train stop town, so it's not booming or anything. It has all the things that you need to kind of survive.
As long as I'm open for whatever the group wants to do, but definitely resupply if needed, and then probably get at least some sleep before we head to Bry Bridge. But I could be talking to camping out further in the woods too, if you guys want.
I think
Mm.
the man here with us would like a hotel. Stay at the inn.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's probably
Could
never
I?
camped.
This is a little out of Bo's comfort zone, but knowing that he's like co-leading the group right now, he's going to ask a local how long it would take on horseback to get to Bry Ridge, and how long on horseback it would take to get to sending this lady back to Winslow.
You're in Illinois. Bry Ridge is in Georgia.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a ways.
Frick.
So that's going to take a bit.
Yeah.
And then getting her to Winslow would take about like quite a few weeks, and that would be with
Yeah.
her having no escort.
Yeah.
Also, Frank.
Yeah. Also, frick.
Yeah. So you can try to get another train ticket.
That's a great idea. We've never been on this
Yeah,
I think
train.
we
We would like
thinking
to.
we
really
gotta
should
do a train ticket.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
And so you actually hear the train starting to back up, trying to go back. He's got to
Go find it.
figure out what's going on. There's multiple people going to try to figure things out.
How far are we to the nearest next stop? The next town?
Are you gonna ask anybody?
I'll ask, yeah.
Well, okay. I'll just say, like, you got, it's almost a day's ride. At least for the next train stop, you could just kind of wait otherwise, because, we got the train.
I'm gonna look over. I'm gonna lean over. Well, I'm not gonna try to whisper it. I'm gonna say, "Is it the I'm gonna say it to the local that we're asking. Is it the same train that's currently lost, however much of itself?
They lost some of itself? What are you talking about?
Well, it looks like it's backing up. I don't know why else it would go backwards. You tell me. You're the one that lives here.
Why don't you know?
Just gaslight them.
What is... You know what? I hope you get dysentery. And he just walks away from you.
That wasn't very kind of you, but I hope you have the day you deserve, sir.
I doubt I'm gonna sell him a loaf of bread.
So anyway.
Well, folks, what do you think? Right on to the next
Well, my
town?
thought process is when the train finds the pieces and finds the bodies.
It's going to be looking for some trouble.
It's not gonna be good.
I
Are we
think
just gonna?
we gotta prioritize getting far away from Bone Shattered Shadow Man.
Okay.
But do you think they'll give us discount tickets because of the bodies, or?
I think they might think... They may be suspicious of newcomers. So I think
Maybe
we ought to move
we
on.
order the tickets in our fancy new dresses and suits. They think we're important.
Oh.
They're going to think you're a stranger, whether you're dressed fancy from dresses on the train that were stolen or not.
Why do you say that, Wyatt? Is it because of the color of her skin?
No, it's... No.
The woman's like, are we not staying at the
Sound
inn?
like Silas.
Because she's looking at her little coin purse. Are we not staying at the inn, or are we?
I think...
I think we should stay at the end for one night.
Okay. Does everyone
It's a
else
day
agree
ride
with that?
Otherwise, and we've already been
It's not going to take...
overnight.
It's not above table.
So-
Cody's
It's not
gonna
gonna take
look
long to
over at
find out.
Bodan and say, "Do you want to stay in the same room?"
Oh!
Like,
Well,
but
then,
actually,
like,
roll a stealth though, please. But say
Yeah.
what you're gonna say, Bodan.
Yeah, stealth, because we didn't notice
Okay,
most
wait.
of that.
Bodan or me?
You, Toady.
Okay,
It's getting good.
What you were gonna say that, Bodan?
Please fail.
yeah, Bodan was gonna look over at her and be like, "Okay, so the
Sleeping arrangements.
They're like, we're staying.
Staying in Indian tonight. What
Yeah.
are you
I hope
staying?
she
Okay.
fails.
I mean, we're just helping to save money."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so everybody just-
It's purely economical.
Okay.
Silas and the woman
My
get to...
stealth is very low. so
Silas
here
is
we
in the
go.
corner.
Oh no.
It's a. Wait, how many rolls? Two?
Yeah, you two dice at a time. Two
Okay.
d20s.
Okay. One success, one failure.
That's enough that they were close enough to each other that you guys didn't really hear it.
Shucks.
And the woman's like, well, as a thank you, is this enough to pay for all the rooms? And just picks out like 3 straight thick golden coins. Like you,
Oh.
nope.
I was just going to count them, ma'am.
Um,
I meant no offense.
it just like looks. Number one, you're not dressed. You're dressed like a highwayman.
I
Yeah,
know.
You're just like
I know.
a thief.
Yeah, and like you're actually dressed nicer. And
Yeah.
she's going like,
Even though she saw you with the axe.
yeah. And
I'm
she's
just nice.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
convincing.
hopefully those will be good enough rooms for everyone. We can figure out sleeping arrangements, and she just kind of just goes straight to the inn.
How many rooms are we getting?
I want one that I can look out on Main Street so nothing catches us by surprise.
So is Wyatt and Silas in a room?
I'd be fine with that. Yeah, and then you can be in a
Damn.
room
With
with
the woman. Okay.
You probably like that. Sweet.
Are you saying Silas is sharing a room?
With Wyatt.
With Wyatt.
Or if you don't want to,
Bro, man.
Silas gets top bunk.
That's fine.
okay, is it there's actually multiple beds in that like you just rented out the entire inn.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And like this old fella, what do you mean? Just like, I put,
Silas is, or not Silas, Wyatt's thinking to himself, well, everybody's going to know we're in town now.
there is she would definitely request that she was in the honeymoon suite. So that's where you guys are.
Nice.
And you wanted a room facing the
with the
Main
window
Street.
looking down at Main Street.
So
yeah.
like they have a room that has like 3 or 4 beds that face it, like it's got a bigger window facing the Main Street.
Okay.
Toady and Bo, what kind of room were you kind of wanting?
One bed.
Yeah, obviously one bed
A heart-shaped bed.
with a jacuzzi. Because they
Rose,
have
rose
yeah.
petals.
Okay, well there is a like a
Second
It-
honeymoon suite.
it's not necessarily a honeymoon. It's like a more of a toned down room. It's for higher end. So there is a tub.
Oh.
There like there's a tub in the room. You have your own like stove to kind of heat up your own water and stuff like that. So
Okay. Night 1, we'll see.
Hey, yo.
all right. Then.
Wyatt would get everybody before they go into the rooms and say, hey, we need to set up a watch and make sure somebody's awake at all times, just so nothing catches us off guard. Make sure we keep an eye when the train comes back. And Bodan, where are you sleeping?
Toady says under her breath to Bodian, we will both be up all night.
Okay, so
Wait, so she's gonna probably roll another
Yep.
stealth for that.
you gotta roll another stealth, please.
Oh, no.
No, when he says that, Bodan is just like, thinking like we have to like.
Can I roll an observation
Yes.
to oppose their stealth?
Yes.
Okay, one.
Oh, me too. Can I also do that?
One failure, one success.
Because I got sharp senses.
I mean, I should probably help with this stuff. Yeah.
I have,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I
can
have
help
one
with your
success.
help with the stealth, Bodan.
Yeah, of course. Oh no.
Oh no.
Just a 19, so it's a fail.
Okay, so
She says it, and then he goes like seconds after.
yep.
Okay. Well, so anyways.
actually roll an insight to if you actually, because if you don't, you can understand what that meant, because that could totally be taken that they're going to be staying up all night, that they want to keep you guys safe.
That could. Because they're
Of course.
from other countries,
Of course.
different civilizations.
Were they all words?
Insight.
All of us?
Yep.
Not Silas, but we love our friends.
We
We
love
love the cowboy and the scary lady.
insight.
Yeah.
In the mountain.
Why can you re-roll it?
I have the Sixth Sense talent, so I can Oh
Re-
wait, did
reroll
I read that
insight?
wrong? Hang on, let me re-roll. Reread it.
You're
Yeah,
sick.
you may re-roll 1d20 when
Okay.
making an insight test.
I thought insight. No, okay, insight. I was thinking the other talent.
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah,
Oh,
you're
wait,
thinking
can
of
you
yep.
explain that rule? I've never heard that.
It's a
No.
talent I have for insight tests.
Yes.
And I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Oh,
You
okay.
you have an inclination that they have feelings for each other.
I'm
It's-
not gonna share with the group.
Okay, you're just like,
Okay, well, what if you guys are gonna be watching all night? When can the rest of us kind of do our share?
I'll just say they kind of bumble over their words, because I'm not gonna have you. They're gonna be like, well, why don't you have your own watch and we can have our own watch?
All right, well then the 3 of us are gonna keep watch over the main street, and they'll watch
At the same time.
the cabin. No, we'll take shifts, but
I mean,
I'll take the first watch. After we get some food, and when we start to bed down, I'll take the first watch.
that's good.
Do you
'cause we're gonna
want
be
the
watching
first
somewhere
watch?
else.
What, Silas?
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, no, but
We turned this into
Silas says,
Twilight.
please try to keep this down.
Silas is totally thinking right. He's like, I want the first watch. I don't want the other watches.
well, Silas, you can have it if you want it. I won't fight you for it. But would anyone
I don't know if I want to hear what's going on in the other room.
That's fine. I'll
Oh,
take
no.
the second watch. Would anyone
That
is
means I'm getting the third watch.
is our guest with us right now at this moment? I didn't
So that
grab
means I
her
have to.
intentionally,
Are they
but
taking the fourth watch? That means I have to go get them.
Well, you can do it by time.
yeah.
all you'd have to do is just knock on the door, so you
Okay.
can set it up that way.
Okay.
I just grabbed them, but did she come with them?
She would have been with you guys because
Okay.
she definitely feels safe.
Yeah.
With
Safest
us.
with, well,
'cause
y'all
I'm gonna
saved
be
her life.
staying in her room.
Yeah. I would ask her then, but also by extension everybody. Would anyone like to get some food?
Yes. I think she just starts listing out like what she would prefer.
I don't know if they have all that, but perhaps we could
She
check
claims
the
it.
local saloon.
And then she's like, "Well, we did pay." So she goes and starts talking, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we okay, so, we're so sorry."
I'll let her take care of that.
Yeah.
and then so there's her room. There's a tray of food. Everyone's room gets like a tray of like kind of what
Nice.
she requested, and
Very good.
Wow.
because she doesn't want to sit down and eat with everybody, she wants to be in her room and.
Okay.
Understandable.
Does anybody want to get up to anything right away, or
Right away.
that's not what I meant, but that I guess is also true.
Are there any shops or anything in town?
What kind of shop are you looking for?
I hadn't really decided yet, but I'm just curious what was present.
Well, because if you're looking for a specific shop, I'd have you do like an observation or something like that to actually see what the dice would tell you. But otherwise, you have a basic dry goods shop, like a basic post and a telegraph, and of course the inn. And there's like two saloons, one of which of course is associated with the inn you're in. And so like that's not really a saloon, but like a basic bar. And then there is a blacksmith tack. Is there anything else you would be looking for? Okay.
No, I'll go to the saloon that's like associated with the inn.
Okay. So there,
Sure.
it doesn't even really have a name other than the name.
Whenever you guys are finished, Wyatt wants to go to the train station and talk about tickets. So there's no rush whenever you guys are done.
Well, you can
Sort
go.
that out
You
there.
can
Yeah.
go. You can go figure that out. And she's like, "Oh, you need money for tickets?" And she's,
Well, thank you, ma'am. I'm very grateful.
yeah. So you've got that. The train station is right next to the telegraph station, and the post office is pretty much the same.
I'm gonna also send a telegraph to back.
Winslow.
Yeah, back base. Winslow.
Okay. And you wouldn't pretty much know like a coded way of saying things. Are you gonna list out everything?
No, it would be more of ran into unexpected trouble. Have someone with us, not sure what's going on our way to Brybridge.
Okay. Because then you could also send a letter to him with more details if you wanted to.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
So I'd add to the telegram then letter coming soon.
Okay. Fantastic. And you were just the inn's bar? Okay. She went to the room. She's in the room.
What was the name of this town we're in?
Oh, gosh.
It's Soft Hill.
Garbage?
Soft
Oh,
Hill.
Soft Hill.
Soft Hill.
Thank you.
Irish sort of.
Yeah. It's the Soft Hill Inn.
We're in Illinois still.
Illinois. Such a close game.
What do you want to do?
Just being nosy, gonna eavesdrop if anybody's there. Maybe get a drink before.
Okay. You can roll observation.
I have 2 successes.
Okay. You definitely hear like the barkeep and just some of the people just talking about like the train came in with like no cars and like they're like kind of freaked out by it. They're like then this lady came in and like got the whole inn, just got all our rooms. Like so the barkeep's like like super excited about it because that makes his job way easier. It's less people like there's like they're actually making money. So you're kind of overhearing that kind of stuff, basic chatter. Like the mule got out again. And Bo and Toady are already in their room, or
I guess so. Well,
They start the night early.
or we go on like a romantic stroll for
Oh,
get to know each other.
Try a walk.
that
Okay.
just sounds
Oh,
good.
that sounds like what a normal person.
Okay. So you're going on a
I
walk
was
in the woods. So your hawk is like circling around you, like double check
Oh.
and like keeping an eye on.
Okay.
So
I think we'd be holding hands.
okay. So after you leave town, you're holding hands. Okay.
Random tax people.
Don't run into random. Yeah.
Don't kill, he said.
Oh.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, taxes are a real thing in the United States at this time.
They're not lying when they say
Yeah,
they need to
they-
collect money from you.
Yeah. Or at least ask for credentials.
Ask questions. then
Okay, so
choose.
so you're going on this stroll. Do you want to go through like what you guys chat about, or do you just want to leave that kind of up to the ethers?
I don't know if anything specific is maybe being shared. Like maybe we talk a little bit about our backstories. To
Okay.
Each other. What do you think?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of share our backstories. I don't share about the scary dreams though. Not yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
And like Calliope
Yeah.
knows that.
I don't want to
Yep.
scare them off.
No, you don't want to scare him off.
Yeah.
He goes,
He's gotta think I'm cool.
I killed a Wendigo.
He thinks you're cool.
Yeah.
Because of that.
So do you want to tell about your backstory at all, Bodan, or no?
Yeah. Okay, so his
Awesome.
parents are immigrants, obviously. He grew up like mountain man, like he was like hiking through creeks and like mountains and all that, like from a super young age.
Tony loves that.
Yeah. He grew up in Colorado, but his parents emigrated through like Wisconsin. Okay, and he's got 2 brothers,
Okay.
and so right now they're like taking care of the family like mountain as they call it because they kind of settled there, and it's real outdoorsy, and it like a town of over 1,000 people. I think Bodan has never seen, and so.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so he
cute.
was a hired gun for a time, and he was like specializing as tracker. So like he hunted down like wolves, elk. He also has hunted down people before, and
He's a
the other thing doesn't
He's a
matter.
man.
But so like he wouldn't mention this, but I'm
The
gonna
total
say it
package.
is
Yeah.
that he doesn't like believe in anything.
Okay.
No morality?
So like if
no, he doesn't believe in.
like he doesn't
Oh,
believe
gotcha.
in magic, he doesn't believe in like
Yeah.
gods, he doesn't
Nice.
believe like everything is
That
supernatural
Wendigo was a
to him.
wild dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Toady is gonna relate to his outdoor background
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then feeling kind of like outsiders in their own world. Even though they're like here, but yeah, because okay, so Toadie's backstory. Let me know if I get anything wrong, Froggy, because
Okay.
I know you helped me out with the backstory. But she was part of a tribe. We gave it a name. What was it, like the Ghost Tribe or
Yep.
something? And her grandmother was like the tribe's healer, and so she was like learning healing under her grandmother when her tribe was raided. And Toady escaped and survived, but didn't get to learn all of the healing from her, like how to be a full healer from her grandmother. And she escaped with her hawk, hawk, and has to survive ever since on her own, and has carried like the grief of losing her entire tribe and family, but also as she's found her new friends, has like a sense of purpose of I have to live for part revenge, but part because to live on in like the memory of my tribe. And so she's been on her own for a very, very long time because she's had no one. And this is the first time she's had like a tribe again. And yeah. And I still don't have a name for my dog, which is crazy. Hockey.
Okay.
So yeah. You
Buck
literally
is
have to name
definitely
it.
impressed and expresses condolences.
Very awesome. Silas, are you just in your room? Like, did you just conk out, or did you go to the other saloon?
No, Silas would be at the bar.
Which one? Like the one where
North Shore.
Calliope is, or the other one?
Would he have known Calliope's going to that bar?
Well, you'd see her at the one that's in the inn.
He'd be at the other one.
Okay then.
What? Did you say something?
Did you get the other one too?
I don't understand. Whatever.
Did you get both of them?
I know, I saw the first one and then I was like,
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say there should have been two.
Whatever.
I
Okay.
said it as fast as I could, guys.
Okay, so you. Oh gosh, what was the name of that?
What's Silas's favorite drink?
Whichever alcohol's strongest.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think he would be so used to like just crappy ale from the war that it's just his favorite now.
Nice. You go to the grog shop.
The grog shop.
Yep. And so it's pretty rustic in there, but you can tell that they had like painted gold on the pillars and trying to make it look really fancy. The towels that are tied in the front where you wipe your mustache after you drink your beer, they're pretty clean. They're not very brown. They are kind of grayish white, so it's a cleaner place.
Okay.
And guys are moseying in from like some farmers and different people are coming in.
He'd belly up to the bar and order a drink.
All right. Well, you're given a nice warm lager.
Mm. Thank you kindly. And he would, I think he would drink half of it and then like put his back to the bar, like kind of lean back and
Yeah.
just kind of like look at people, see what they're doing.
All right.
You
Roll.
know how I imagine Silas drinking is from, if you watched Game of Thrones,
No.
Tormund, the big red beard guy,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and he drinks it and it just gets all over his beard.
Well, Silas only has the mustache.
Oh, okay.
Just
So
as a
he,
note,
That's what I was
He's a little
picturing.
foamy right here.
just as a note, having a big mustache and drinking like anything frothy, it does get everywhere. Like when you
Uh-huh.
just have the mustache, because it just is like, yeah. So
Then it would definitely be all over his mustache. He would not care.
okay, cool. Very cool. Roll an observation for me, Silas.
Woo. One success and one really close to a critical failure.
Ooh.
But
you're,
it's not a critical failure.
okay, you're looking around there.
Right.
There's a table. There's some guys playing poker. Other guys are playing dice, and then you kind of glance out in your peripherals. There's a lady on upstairs just staring at you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You already got a roommate.
no,
He brings it back.
Ew,
I'm like,
I-
sleep
Yeah,
outside.
why-
Staring at me.
Move over.
not good
She's
one.
staring at me, and I have this
Wyatt, put a pillow over your
froth
face.
on my
Yep.
This is about
my
to get
mustache.
so interesting.
With the froth on my mustache, I look back, and with my other hand, I just tip my hat at her.
Ooh, smooth.
All right. Well, the other ladies that are around that weren't really looking at you, like, kind of get closer to her, and like they're all smiling at you.
Ooh.
I didn't know I was talking to a lady.
Yep. The one that was smiling at you is definitely fuller figured.
Wait, say that again?
Fuller figured.
She's got
She's
big
curvy.
Yes.
tatas, is what you said.
That's how Silas likes it.
All right.
You know what? Silas might not be in his room tonight.
All right.
I
So
like how this
I'm
campaign
gonna have to
just
keep
turned
watch
into-
all by myself.
what?
I have to
Yeah.
watch all by myself
I'm
the whole
feeling-
night. I'm like,
50 Shades of
We
Grey.
are
I hear a song.
All right. Well, this is gonna be fun. Me asking for all the rolls for the night then. So.
Oh god.
spicy.
Yep.
Alright, let's roll to see who gets an STD.
Roll for seduction.
Oh, wild.
Close enough. Okay. That. Wait, did you text something again? That
No.
didn't- Okay.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. All right. This one's. That was an interesting noise.
Your phone lit
That was my
up too
phone.
now.
Silas just farted in front of these women, so.
And they loved it.
All right. So,
This is my flatulence.
My flatulence.
So what is are we just gonna kind of skip through things? So you're gonna do your watch, and then everyone's gonna have their time.
I guess I would probably wake up Clappy for her watch when mine was done.
Oh, that we have other things to deal with. If
Oh,
yep. So Silas, did you talk to that lady, or did you?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
for
Roll.
sure.
For sure.
Roll a society.
Oh boy.
Oh, good God.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is about
He
to
goes,
get fun.
the lady in the honeymoon suite's financing this.
I would love if Silas finds love out of this.
He's gonna
He
find
must-
something.
He's gonna
love
find a
because I
love
got
in each
no
town we go
success.
to.
No successes.
Oh, no.
Okay, so the way this kind of plays out is you're trying to play things off, and you got the froth, and your mustache is kind of dribbling down your chin, and you're trying to be nice and smooth, and your elbow misses the counters a little bit.
Just a, oh,
Yep, and you kind of fall into her.
Ooh.
Hmm.
And she definitely giggles
Uh-oh.
and just kind of grabs your hand. Well, you're definitely gonna have to pay for that.
Oh! I got cold.
hold on. That definitely wasn't intentional, but I wouldn't mind paying for that.
Because she's having to pat her chest off from the froth that's on her chest.
Oh my god.
Silas is fixing his mustache.
Yep.
He's wiping out the froth.
Yep. With a failed society, it would totally have to be totally bad. So,
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
How do I start this? I'm trying to think of a way to do it bad because he failed the society, obviously.
Well, no, like that was the society. Like now you're like, what are you trying to like? What is? I know what the goal is, But what is the goal in the goal?
What do you mean?
I know what the goal is. I know what the goal is. I know you want to go upstairs and
The
you
goal
know.
is a touchdown.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of touchdown. Now, that is your
Okay.
goal, but do you want to persuade or deceive in this conversation? Are you trying to talk yourself up, or do you just care? The deception, like, I'll leave that between. You don't have to tell me what the role would be or anything. We just talk about the successes. About, like, are you, like, bragging about yourself, or are you,
I lost a war.
or are you trying to, like, flatter the way she looks and stuff like that?
I'll just flex a little bit.
Riz.
I think knowing Silas, it would be more like, look at me. So,
Okay.
I would think after he like, yeah, after he did all that, he would like quickly scramble and like lean back up on the bar, and it's like obviously awkward, and he would be like, I was in the war at one time, been through a lot. And being that I'm only in this town for one night, I was looking for someone to help clear my head from it.
Woo!
Wow.
Roll a
Straight to business.
persuasion.
Let's go, baby. Come on. That's a good one. That's one. Oh. Woo! That's two.
All right. Well, she retorts, "I'll definitely keep your mind off everything."
Oh!
Mm,
That's my boy.
that's not a boy.
I hope.
Okay, so I guess we'll get back to your conversation or the roles for things.
That's right.
What are you doing, Calliope?
Well, after
Bless
I
me on
hang
those
out at the
rolls.
bar, I would probably go up to the honeymoon suite
Mhm.
to check on the woman and kind of like. I don't think Calliope would want to sleep in the same room, like. But Calliope would probably like sit outside her door to keep her
There's
safe.
a lot of extra beds in my room. No, even if Silas comes back, there's a lot of extras.
I don't want that room. She basically rented out the whole hotel, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
But Calliope would probably just pull a stool outside her door for the time being.
Okay. She's already like under the covers. She's like, okay, and so she's got the lanterns kind of around her. Well, good night, I guess.
Is there anything I can do for you before I?
I don't believe so. Thank you. I guess help if you hear a scream.
I'll be right outside if you need anything. Just shout. Calliope would just step outside.
she's just there, just like keeping an eye on the lantern.
Calliope would have lit like a couple extra candles before she left.
Okay.
So the room would be somewhat
Okay.
well lit.
All right, cool. This is first watch was supposed to be Silas.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten back yet, Wyatt.
It's a good thing I'm outside the door.
I would.
Who decided that? Hold on.
You
You
did.
did, you did, because you didn't want to hear
did.
anything.
You decide.
No. I said don't be too loud.
I think if we can rewind it right now, I would, because you said you'd take
said
so
you
were the
much.
first.
Yeah.
Let's catch up.
Okay. We'll say he did, but then he forgot.
Okay, yeah, he's
Yeah,
definitely
he's preoccupied.
he is preoccupied.
He had two big reasons to forget.
Oh yeah, baby.
Why
That
do you
was a
sound
good
like
one.
Robin Williams there? Wyatt would eventually just, when he realizes that he's not coming, would get up and sign, put his gun belt back on, and light his pipe, and he'd go basically go sit
Wait, hold on.
outside.
Okay.
But I feel like Silas wouldn't last very long.
I have rules for that, actually.
You're gonna get there.
You're gonna figure it out, bud.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out.
I would stop and talk to her on the way out if she was in the hallway,
Oh, yeah.
but otherwise I would go
I
out
am
to the
in the
street if
hallway.
you're out
Yep. So
Yeah.
you'd see her in the hall, like, okay.
there. Yeah, just have small talk basically.
Okay. So Silas, did you, like, you weren't, like, just did you just kind of go up to the room already, or did you chat with her and like just kind of
Time is
have
money,
more
baby.
drinks? So.
I mean, I think it would have been a little bit of a chat that led into it,
Okay.
but it wouldn't have been like a friendly chat. It would have been like things are getting steamy chat.
Okay. All right.
Are you a
Please don't
Confederate
make me
flag?
role
'Cause I
play that.
fold you up.
I'm not gonna have. Oh, I can make you feel very uncomfortable because I'd have to be the woman.
You got a smooth talk frog.
No.
You gotta riz the frog.
Where's the frog?
No,
You need a fan right now. You need a fan.
Yeah.
You're being
Can we get team shirts that say "Raise the frog"?
With your froggy logo.
Yeah, raise the frog.
Nope.
It'll.
She's not watching.
Oh, I was gonna say if you're watching.
No. Okay, so
Absolutely not.
all right, so I'm gonna have you do 2 rolls.
Insane.
Oh yeah.
Now you can choose. Now you can choose either a persuasion or an animal handling, and I'm not gonna tell you why.
Oh, good.
Hey, yo.
We
Listen,
are mammals.
My talent is born
I
in
am
the saddle.
I'm gonna go with the animal handling.
Okay then.
It's better.
Animal handling or what was the other option?
I don't know.
One of my
Melee, I
favorites.
guess. Pugilism.
What was it? Was animal handling and what was the other one?
Persuade.
Okay.
That's 2 successes, baby. I can handle it.
Okay, now roll a resistance.
Critical fail.
Resist-
He makes it in time for the first
good,
one.
so that should be fine.
I'm gonna put my
Ooh.
fan out now for all.
I got a nat 1 and a 4, so 3.
Do you have a focus and resistance?
I think, yeah.
So that's 3 successes in your.
You're gonna be there a while, my friend.
I'll just put it this way: there's a lot of people that know what's going on, and you're not being the loud one. So.
Oh.
Silence, you animal.
Silence,
Okay,
you
handler.
people pleaser.
Okay, Bodan and Toady.
Oh, here we go.
God,
Okay.
I'm kicking your door down.
So I have
Crazy.
an
Oh,
idea.
Jesus.
Okay.
I think it would be very different from Silas's night.
I think it's going to be too. That's why I've got other rules possibly, but bring on what
Okay.
you're wanting to do.
This is together, so let me know. But I feel like
Okay.
they would talk and just fall asleep in each other's arms.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's much different.
Which isn't as fun, but I feel like that's what they would
No,
do.
that's actually.
Oh.
That fits.
What do you think, though?
So Dan's like,
It's the
nah, we
trouble
ain't
bars.
sleeping.
Bodan's like, no.
Bodan's like, dang it.
You know what? The surprising thing. No, whoa. Well, Bodan is a sweetheart. Remember how he got scammed by a.
Yep.
Yeah,
Veronica.
he is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you even remember her name
Yeah.
still?
Bodan has not loved a lot, but he loved small.
Oh, nice.
What'd he say?
I didn't
He
hear
doesn't
that
love a
last
lot.
part.
He loves strongly.
Oh.
He lives
Oh,
strongly.
I
Silas
said
doesn't know the meaning.
he has not loved a lot, but he has loved strongly.
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
And this
that's
campaign
so
is very
sweet.
different from our other
Bodan.
one.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I feel like they would talk and then just fall asleep in each other's arms, but I know it's not as fun.
No, that's
That's sweet.
if that's
It's the story you guys want to
yeah.
tell.
That's your guys'
Yeah.
story, and that leaves the dice out, which is very nice. So,
Yeah, but that's why like Toby's fiery kiss would have been like. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
they cut
timing.
like a movie between the
Man,
three
that
couples
changed
right
everything.
now. Each one's different. Like
Yep.
sweet piano music as they fall asleep. We're just out there smoking pipes and chit chatting, and then the animal handlers over there doing
Yeah,
his
you're just like-
thing.
Being like we're kids. We're like, you know.
And like the music changes.
Yeah.
For each one, like it's
Yeah.
like, let's see here. It would be like Chopin and their situation, and then it would have actually transitioned from like the piano music, and some strings would have been added, and there would have been like a 12-string guitar, like a little bit faster with
Yeah.
your conversation and everything, because
Yeah.
you're talking about like you're talking about I have to keep an eye on this. You're actually like starting to get a little spicy to him, like I have to be with her, like I could die, okay? And you're just like, oh, and you're like puffing the pipe a little bit more, like okay, I'm gonna walk a little bit, and then so as it just kind of the speed kind of ramps up, and then there's quite a few other instruments that get added, especially drums, and we just kind of transition. Roll an observation for your watch.
Thank you. Drop the dice.
Stop dropping the dice.
I know, I'm sorry. Oh, this may not be good. Let's see if my talent can save me. Oh, nice. 2 successes.
Splendid. Nothing happens.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like you purposely kind of walked by Bodan and Toadie's room. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Are they even in there? I
And
don't know.
then you actually do look kind of like you notice the saloon, and you see people walking away, like looking back. Oh no, you don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like must have been a fight or something going
Yeah.
on there.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Silas.
Yeah.
You got the fight.
Yep. And then you go by Calliope again, like.
I feel like we'd be a little bit friendly.
Yeah.
But well, she I'm just saying that she had that spice moment.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like.
Point taken. Point taken.
And you definitely don't hear anything from that woman's room or anything.
Okay.
Do I need to roll for my watch?
Yes, please.
I'd probably actually kick down next to you, put my head over my head, and kind of go to sleep. So you wake me up when you need something. Critical
I
fail.
rolled 2 natural ones, so I got 4 successes.
Okay, awesome.
Golly!
I see everything.
I see the future of
So
observation.
did you actually walk around a little bit, or?
Yeah,
She
I
was
would.
meditating.
If he was sitting, she doesn't have to. When he
Something
sat
about
down,
the other bar get your attention.
I would walk around a little
Sex
bit.
capades.
Okay, so do you walk like outside the inn, or mainly in the inn? Like that's the.
So I would walk in the inn, but then I would go outside as well and kind of meander and then go back in.
Okay, so you check your room, and you do notice that some of the candles were burning down, so you like light them back up, and it felt strange when it was getting darker in there. Like the dark seemed darker, and the rooms felt a little cold, and so you lit the things a little bit, and you're like, okay, and like it didn't. For Calliope, it would make you interested, and
Yeah.
you almost part of her wanted to snuff out some of the lights and see what would happen, but she fought that off because she's like, this could be beneficial. Then as you're walking, then you do your walk around the inn, and there's actually like crowds of people in the streets, of course, like drinking, and they're just like they're looking up at the saloon, and like you're too far away to hear anything, thank goodness, but they keep glancing up, and they're just like.
I would go back up to my
Okay.
seat.
Whatever your shift's done, you can wake me up. I'll take another one.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can roll another observation then.
Okay. I wish I got 2 natural ones.
I'll probably never do that again. So
2 successes again. I didn't even use my talent.
There's nothing.
Has the
Okay.
train come back yet with its cars?
That would have been
Sometime after midnight, probably by now.
well. you've got to think about the people that were with it, like finding all of that.
Well, we got
It's
in
a lot
town
to
at
sort
noon,
through.
so
So he had already been there for a while trying to figure out what's going on, then finding people to help, and then people were riding with him going back, and then there's like dealing with all
Yeah.
that.
Okay, cool.
So morning comes. See what time.
The only ones that got good rest would be Bodan and Toady.
Yep.
You and I are probably like so, but Silas is like.
No.
Silas is feeling refreshed.
Yep, he's got a
Different.
spring in his step.
He's got a pep in his step we've never seen.
Yep.
When you guys see me, like in the morning, I'm walking out and he's got a cigar in his mouth and he's just.
Mustache has a little twirl.
a couple of his
you got
shirt
that lean
buttons
on?
are undone.
He gave his contact information to that lady.
And
Where to?
I purposely did not give her name because you wouldn't have asked.
I did.
I didn't. That's so funny.
So she'll
But
contact
the real
me, be
question
like,
is, did he have to pay?
Ooh.
He
I don't know.
he actually got a discount.
Must have been.
They paid him. Oh Lord.
I've got to change the rating on
terrible.
Twitch now.
This campaign.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It is what it is.
I wasn't too explicit this time. I could
No.
be way worse.
I think, well, it's good enough.
PG-13 still.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All implied.
Yep, all implied. Yeah, but she definitely made sure to know your name, and she wants to be in contact with you, and yeah.
Right.
Calliope would bring the lady coffee in the morning
Okay.
after bringing Wyatt a cup.
Okay.
Oh. Get some breakfast, probably. I'd take her to breakfast if she was hungry.
The lady or
Calliope?
Calliope?
Both of you.
Okay. Well, I'll just have my breakfast in bed like usual.
Sure thing, ma'am. Can I take your order down to the
They already
host?
know. I let them know ahead of time.
Okay, perfect, great. All right, well, if you need anything, I'll be out on the porch here. Just holler.
Thank you, William.
William.
When they step out of the room, she would go, "Thanks, William."
Just call me Billy.
Oh, God.
And so.
Wait, so are we all having breakfast together?
Oh, actually, I love that idea. We also.
So-
Oh,
if we are,
right.
I want Silas to pull up and he pulls his chair out. He goes, "Good morning, everyone."
Yep. So he walks in from the outside, and everyone is having breakfast, and like, Bo and Toady are like sitting close together and like smirking at each other. Like you're like super well
They're
rested. and
playing
just-
games with their eyes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, are you now? This is important. If you're playing games with your eyes, are you actually trying to be stealthy about it, or do you not care anymore?
Oh.
That's probably something we would have talked about,
Yep.
like whether the other
Yeah.
people
What if
should
they
know.
find out?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do we decide on?
Silas don't.
That. Shoot. It's.
What would make
Sorry,
sense?
I'm conflicted because Bo is actually really stealthy, but the thing is, he's got middle school romance going on. He doesn't care.
Okay. How about you both roll a deception? So you're trying to deceive
Okay.
the group.
Okay.
So one of
Can I-
you would lead, and then the other one would have just a single roll. So you both of you can
Okay.
decide.
Can I roll an observation?
It's an insight.
What's
You
Insight?
can lead,
Okay.
Beverly.
Oh, okay, because my deception is 7.
Oh no. Mine is 2.
Oh, okay, dang. Alright. Shoot. Okay, I got this.
What are the
Oh,
Oh, crap.
Okay, so the odds of a 1 and a 20.
So
Shut up.
you got a 1 and a
Shut
20?
up.
No, I'm serious.
Shut
it's
up.
very-
Okay,
Wow.
so what I will do is I will actually take that. For reasons.
For reasons?
And so you have a single success, and you have 4.
Yep, I did it again.
Calliope is reading you guys
like a book.
not just like a dime store romance novel. She's reading like between the lines,
No.
figuring this out. You're like, they spent. Oh. Okay.
I want Calliope to like sit back in her chair a little
Yep.
bit and snicker like
Yeah.
really quietly, and
Yep.
she's just gonna light her pipe there at the breakfast table.
Okay.
But she's gonna be like,
Okay, cool.
Meanwhile,
I'm
Wyatt's
just
gonna look
like,
over.
Is this okay to ask like a character question? Like Tony wouldn't know. But does Calliope have worldly desires, or is she above it?
yes. So she's actually a master like people manipulator. Like her charisma and stuff. Like I've specifically built her out for these very manipulative tactics. So she is not above these worldly desires. But yeah, basically that's exactly what she is. So
I love it. Okay, I was just wondering.
yeah, she's built very different from my
Locked
other
us.
characters.
I think
We've been found out.
as they're doing whatever they're doing over on the other table, this is not him. This is not Silas noticing them doing that. This is him in his own world, and he's like still puffing on his cigar. And he goes, "Love is in the air today, don't you say?"
Well, okay, so then hang on. So then Wyatt goes,
That freaks us
Silas, yeah, I would have loved it if you'd made it for the watch you signed up for last night.
I am so sorry, my friend. I was very preoccupied at the moment.
Next time you chase love, just give me a heads up so I don't get shot in the dark, please.
You know what? Let me make it up to you. I'll take 2 watches next time.
Ooh,
And he
Oh,
puffs on his
do it.
cigar.
He said a
I'm
good
gonna,
mood.
I'm gonna
Honestly,
grab
you
like
could get
coffee.
anything out of Silas right now. He's in a good mood.
I'm gonna slide my coffee over to him because I don't think he had one yet. So I'll
Nope.
slide it over to him and be like, I'll take you up on that sometime.
All right. Thank you, sir.
We're becoming a little team. Look at us go.
Just took something.
Poor
Gotta
frog,
get the
he's
wiggles
in
out.
pain.
Oh no. Let me segue from the game for a second. In the game, everyone loves Doug. Chris, his character Naga, which is a dragonborn, had an incident with a lizard folk woman.
Tavern witch.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was very entertaining. And my wife and Nikki were both like, "What's going on?" It was funny seeing their faces. And then also in the fleet, there's other things happening there that's just pretty entertaining. So,
Love it.
you have train tickets. You've sent off things. So the next train is going to be coming in like later that day. And right about now, the other train like comes in because it's got a dual track, so they can bypass. And so like people are going like it's just like a massacre. Like people are like rushing in, and you're like, oh, you're hearing it kind of come back. Like, oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean into the group and say, nobody say anything. We rode in and didn't know about the train.
Calliope would have put her hair up and probably changed clothes.
I was
But
guessing.
also to
I'm
work.
guessing you would have changed clothes before you left the train.
Yeah,
So
because I would have probably been bloody. But yeah, all of a sudden Calliope would have been like, everybody would like come down the stairs and she's like noticeably cleaned up.
yep. Okay. When you went up there, she was dressed and like already.
Ready to go.
Yep.
I feel like she's like, we're like, okay, let's go, Grandma. Like,
Even though she's only like,
I know, but it's just
She's like she might be 21.
yeah.
Okay.
It's she's like, when does the train leave?
Later today, ma'am. The next train will come in.
Not
Okay.
too long.
And if you remember, ma'am, we were not on the train yesterday. We've been on horseback for several days now. Remember?
Oh, so a deception.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. I'll do all the talking if we have to do that. Just reminding
And
you.
like she looks at Calliope. He's doing okay then.
Oh, Calliope with the biggest smirk on her face.
William, eat all your vegetables.
Um.
I should have taken a picture of
I know.
both of them.
Well, you have a. I'll be back down. Wait. She goes back up.
Okay. Does
Goes back to
anybody
the room.
need to resupply or anything while we're waiting?
No one Calliope. Or, sorry. I just like that name.
Yep.
No one Toby.
Okay. Okay, so y'all get onto the train and
I'm okay.
all right, cool. Your lady friend Silas does come to the train and wishes you well and off. So
Did she kiss them in
um,
front of everybody?
pretty passionately and aggressively. Yeah, aggressively.
Okay.
Silas, you dog!
Like, what? You're like, whoa.
Okay.
It's
If everybody's looking at him, he would definitely, like, after the kiss, get, like, is it, like, before he goes on the train?
definitely before.
Okay. So, like, I would think he goes onto the train, like, walks up the steps, and everybody's looking at him, and he's like, what? What do you want?
I see why you missed your watch. Love is in the air.
Oh, you saw that, huh? Okay. And he would just go sit down and put his hat over his eyes.
Yeah,
Because
sleep
he
it
didn't
off.
get any sleep last night.
Nope. And the lady that's with you is like, thank you, Wallace, after you show her to her seat.
Calliope's just like mentally taking note of all these names.
Watch, just gonna look up at the train ceiling and just. And then turn around and take a seat.
Good. So she's got her little lamp, and then the little thing fires.
He's thinking to himself, she's lucky that she's kind of like under his protection in a way because he's strung up people for less before.
Oh, and Calliope's wearing her perfume.
So now that we're traveling together,
In the train car.
what's your name?
Is
Yeah,
it
like
magic
she would-
perfume?
No,
Okay.
no, it's just perfume.
Uh,
I'm just saying she's like actually really clean.
And so she actually starts talking a little bit louder. Oh, one of you actually has manners.
Silas is asleep.
All right, cool. My name is Veronica Storm, and you're.
Okay, the name Veronica, like, Bogan hears it and he goes,
Yep. My my family owns a few things in Michigan and along the eastern coast, and my husband, his family owns like a smelting business, but he was very involved in just studying different things. And she does have his carpet bag with her. So. Bo, was it? Or do you prefer to be called something else?
no, Bo is good.
Bo, okay.
My name is Bodan, but you may call me Bo or Dan.
Well, I just asked, do you want me to, which one do you want me to call you? Bo or Dan?
Bo better. Thank you for asking.
Bo is for the friends, Dan is for the lovers.
No, I think the full name is for the lovers.
Hey,
Bo.
Daddy! Hey, Bogdan.
So,
Bogdan.
okay. All right. So we have Bo, the large gentleman over there is Silas, I believe. Miss Calliope, Toady, and Rutherford.
It's Wyatt.
Why would they name you that?
Because where I'm from, it matters more what you can do than what you can smell like in a pretty little train.
Why did you say that with like a Boston accent?
I didn't mean to. It's just,
Is Wyatt.
he's what? Where's my khakis?
I'm walking over
Well,
here.
Well, where I come from, you're actually worth something.
Ma'am, respectfully, I can sit in the dark. So, carry on with your story.
Calliope would then get up and essentially usher Wyatt to a
Yikes.
different train car.
Roll a discipline.
I think I'm good at this.
Gosh, saying I could sit in the dark around her means something different.
Yeah.
I've got 2
I
successes.
doesn't want the light to go out.
I'm glad you did. Because you just got death glare from a very strong-willed woman.
Okay.
With magic. Yeah, Calliope would usher you to a different car.
Okay.
And should go with you.
Well, I'll second when that man said earlier about dysentery.
Oof. It's 2.
No joke.
No,
But I'll push you to the like.
Yeah, I didn't even hear it, so
Nope.
I don't care.
Veronica, so you say your husband was a researcher?
Yes, he, polymers and different things. He was very involved with what his physics and I really didn't really pay attention to what he was doing. It was just entertaining to see him do things.
You know, I am not academically educated, but I do consider myself a very proficient learner. You have any research papers? It's a secret that I love to read.
And she opens up his carpet bag and starts rummaging through, and picks out like a folder. This is what he had. It's just notes on the things that he was discovering, I guess.
Good job, Bogan.
Well, I'd love to read that if I may.
As long as I get it back.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am. So when she did open that, Bodan is he looks, it's just something he does. So in that trunk that belonged to the husband, is there anything else that Bodan would have seen?
Roll an observation.
You got it. Not rolling that one that landed me a 20 last time. Whoa. Okay. 2 successes.
Nicely done.
There
Yep.
are definitely instruments, like scientific instruments in there. And it looked like there was cloth, so most likely another suit or suit jacket or something like that. With your 2 successes, you could definitely see that. And I doubt that Bo is really accustomed to scientific instruments, so you necessarily wouldn't know what they are.
No.
That they're science-y, so.
I don't know what that is even.
Science-y?
Cool. Oh, I thought you said fiancy.
No.
I'm like, is that some kind of different science?
No, definitely not. You've got
Okay.
you would have seen like beakers and things like that, and things that look maybe like a compass. Like a few of them look like a compass.
Okay.
do you start reading the papers now?
Yes, sir.
Roll a linguistics to actually see if you can understand this.
Oh no.
Okay, lingo. Only a 7. I can do this. I believe in myself. Actually,
I believe.
can I give you a boon?
Yes.
Okay.
My linguistics.
Okay, so I wish I had trained in that. Okay, I only have 1 success.
You're first off, he's using super big words, but also it took you a little while because he was writing his words, some of his words totally backwards and upside down.
Wow.
But only some of them. So that's what kind of took you a while. With your single success, you know that there seems to have been an experiment he was doing with his wife in the room, and something went wrong. And from that moment on,
Okay.
They encountered what he puts as a creature. He warded it off with light, but both of them have been changed, and he describing kind of like a shadow whip. Let's see here. He had a single success. And there's different things he's describing, but he's going into like extreme detail of things. And it's difficult to understand. And you do have a feeling that the words that are upside down and backwards are put that way for a reason.
Okay. Bodan, being a non-believer of anything magical, only trusting science and nature.
And this being from a scientist.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's hurting his brain.
Yep.
It's yeah.
Yep. That's why. Yeah.
Okay. It'd probably take him a while to read all those, though.
Yes, it
Yeah.
would. Actually, Toady, could you, would you be trying to help him read this, or are you just kind of?
I think while he's reading that, Toady would maybe ask her more questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Like
So
what?
she'd go up and she'd like place her hand gently on her hand and be like, "My condolences about your life partner.
Oh, that's sweet.
Would he? Do you believe he would have any enemies that would want to harm him?"
No, he was a wonderful man. Very caring, and we would always help. He was very much more generous than my family. He would help actually helped start a soup kitchen. But do you think that's what's going on? That someone is angry at what the things his family did or something, and that's why this is happening to us?
Toady would say back, she'd look in her eyes like intensely and be like, "I know what it's like to lose the people you love. And if I can get revenge for you, I promise this."
That's a big
So-
promise.
If you have anyone that thinks that you can think of that would harm your husband,
She has a blank stare and is just looking at the darkness underneath the seat in front of her.
oh, God.
Please.
I was gonna say,
Toady would follow her
promises are-
eyesight.
Promises are dangerous.
What was that?
Toady would follow her eyesight, like follow to see if anything was there.
Roll a
And I
mysticism.
guess
Roll a mysticism.
okay.
Roll-
Roll a what?
A mysticism. It's underneath your awareness.
Okay, mysticism. Got it. Okay.
Good luck. When that thing comes out and meets you, good luck.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Ooh, high on this. Oh.
Mysticism is like your supernatural sense.
Oh no. I rolled a critical failure.
Just one. Did you have any
The
successes?
train explodes.
And I'm so high in mysticism too.
Dang.
Dang.
Shut.
Hated that.
Well, my
All
It was
right.
nice knowing you, Tony.
Summon the Wendigo.
Okay, so what you actually see, like the shadow underneath the seat in front of her, and like there's, you rented a much bigger car, so there's more space. So the shadow underneath that seat is kind of like shifting as the light's kind of moving, but inside, like you tracked where she was looking, and there was two red slits, and they opened up, and they looked like eyes looking back at you, and like fingers were starting to come out of the shadow, and then the light shifted again.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Toady would like I think seeing this and seeing this like otherworldly
And it just
freaky
stopped.
whatever,
And it just stopped.
and it stopped.
Yep.
Okay. Oh gosh, what would we do next?
Do you remember stuff from your backstory at all?
That's another
Shadow people.
Was it something with red eyes?
Roll a lore history. Roll a lore history
Okay.
for me,
Okay.
or an occultism if it's if it's better.
What was the other option?
Occultism if it's better.
Okay, I'll roll for occultism. Okay, one success, one failure.
Those are the same eyes you saw that fateful night.
Ooh. Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I'm like, whenever anybody mentions backstory stuff, I'm always like, hold the wall.
Yep.
Oh,
Hold the
no.
wall.
Okay. That would really unsettle Toady.
Yep,
That would
and-
really freak her out.
And so now, like, now you're getting
she
flashes
would almost
of
like step and stumble back, kind of out
Yep.
of fear.
you're
You know, like oh my gosh.
you're
oh my
hearing
gosh.
crows cawing. You're seeing that
Oh, no.
them circling over the carcasses of your people, and then you're seeing the
Oh.
shadows move around as you and your hawk. You're holding your hawk, trying to keep it safe as it's shaking, and you're backing away into the only place of light behind you, and that was the last time you saw home.
Oh, I think that would like bring her to her knees
Okay, and you'd be
and like crying, because like that's the last time she's seen home, so
Okay.
she would like start crying.
Did you just back straight up, or did you try to go to the one place of comfort in that car?
She's going to the place of comfort.
Okay, you
for sure.
Whoa.
you backed up and you bumped into a chair and you looked around for Bo and you ran straight for him
Oh.
Oh.
He's mean.
as he's reading, and he's like, "What's?" And like you've got tears like streaming down your face, so you've got a. Bo gets to roll a counsel. So
Yeah.
like, what would you
A
necessarily
critical
tell?
failure.
Oh, so definitely not reading the research papers the minute that happens.
Yep.
And it's instead like holding Cody.
Okay.
Counsel is not good, but
Oh
we're gonna
great!
see.
Oh great!
I'm gonna.
There,
I'm-
there.
There.
I know. Tell me about it. I'm gonna throw you another new.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I don't know how much to do.
Come on. All right, so no successes.
Oh no.
Okay, well,
I wish I could assist him. Is there anybody that can assist him from afar?
so what I'm going to actually say is she is just so overwhelmed at the moment. Like the words that you're saying aren't getting through. Your physical presence is is there, but you're not breaking through that barrier of pure and utter trauma.
Okay.
So we're gonna end the session like that, but
Oh no.
what we're going to do is you guys actually had, if you want to spend experience on something, you can. Toady, you already kind of did. So I talked to you about that last session. Bo, I believe you wanted to do that thing that we talked about.
Yes.
Okay. Silas, are you wanting to go anything in pugilism, or do you want to save your experience points?
So this isn't the same experience that I used to like get the grapple skill and all that.
No, this is more because
more.
you got more experience for the train incident.
Okay. Give me some time. I'll do my research and then
'Kay.
grab something.
I did send you stuff quite a while ago about the
Yeah.
pugilism talents, so if you could find those, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think I have those saved.
Okay. And Wyatt and Calliope.
I don't have anything, but I do have something that I want to do at the beginning of next session. Now that
Okay.
I've
It'd be nice to actually start the session off
Okay.
with something like that.
Yeah.
It gives you guys an entire month to figure things out too.
Cool.
Dang. Love to trauma.
That's life.
Highs to
yeah.
lows.
Yep. Okay, so
One of my favorites.
Good session.
A very good session. That's lots of fun.
yep. Unless the thing that you were going to do wouldn't take more than 9 minutes. Probably would.
I don't think it would take more than 9 minutes.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well we can go
It's
back
kind
in.
of backstory, veiny, kind of. Well, at least what I was thinking. I don't know what you're thinking, but it won't take super long.
I don't think so.
Okay, so if you don't want to wait the full month, let's do this.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So-
Calliope and Wyatt. Okay.
Okay, so I imagine once I push him out of the
Mhm.
like train car,
That
where
area,
the
yep.
in between or whatever, she's gonna like pull him down
Yep.
into her face, and she's gonna be like, "You don't get to talk to people like that." And so like they're gonna be like really close,
Yeah.
and she's gonna be like, "You don't get to talk to people like that. That's rude and disrespectful." She's entrusted at this point in our care, and we don't get to treat people like that.
Roll an intimidation.
Oh, okay.
Can I resist that?
I like this slide.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Mm.
So I don't wanna be
I only
too-
have one success.
Okay, so can you help me figure out what to?
Discipline.
I know discipline, but I don't want to be intimidated by her, but I do want to hear what she's saying. So if I roll,
Well, no,
would it
no.
shut that off?
Okay, no, it doesn't shut it off. But it
Okay.
just is like you can still listen to her, but the thing is be like sometimes when someone like corrects you, it
Uh-huh.
like harms you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I only have to do one.
Well, I got 3 successes. So.
Okay, well you heard what she said, but what her words don't cut.
Okay. So I would. You said your hands were on my coat.
Like your collar, yeah.
Okay, I would put my hands on gently, not forcefully, grabbing like I know, but she reminds me of my father, and I killed him for the way he treated me, and I killed everyone he rode with, and for her to speak down to me the way he does, it grinds
Oh,
my gears.
Oh.
that just grinds my.
Sand in my craw.
Sand in my craw. At this point, she's lucky I haven't done something foolish.
Ooh.
Sheesh. Oh,
Is that
This ain't
Wanna
like
say
too
anything to
long
that?
at all.
What?
What'd you say?
this ain't like Tulak at all?
I don't know that Calliope would say anything, but she would smirk a little bit.
Listen,
Okay.
you're right, and I need to cool it. I'm gonna take a walk.
In the train.
Yeah, just around somewhere that's not in the car with her.
This is a newer train car, so actually there are rails on the sides,
Oh,
so there's
nice.
you don't have to roll.
I love that
That's
you added
merciful
that
of
in.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very merciful.
No, actually,
There is a god.
yeah.
A train god.
Sessions just trying to cross carts.
It was hard
We
last
just-
time, yeah.
We just watch him storm out to another cart, and
Yep.
then we just see his body fly past the window.
Oh,
Crunch. Yeah, that was everything I was gonna do, I think. Unless you had anything you wanted to add.
I was just gonna say that, like, Calliope wouldn't immediately let go, and then she'd let go.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, okay. So I told you to be quick.
All right, well, cool. Is there anything? So I'll you guys are on the train ride to your destination, so we can, if there's any more conversations that we want to have, we can actually have those hopefully next session. And I purposely didn't have carousing rolls during this, but I still want you to be able to spend your experience points. Silas, all your resolve is definitely healed up.
Yeah.
Yep. And
That's a good perk.
and
Good
Bo
times for Tyler.
and Bo and Toady, I should have had you roll discipline after each time you like almost died to be taking like mental damage, but you know
Yeah.
that would have all been healed up anyway. So,
Okay.
um,
Yeah,
Right.
so everyone had fun though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good,
That was a great one.
Yes, this was a lot of
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
awesome.
Cool,
So
say
we'll-
it, Sean.
We'll end the stream there, and we'll see you guys next time.